Okay, 3, 2, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to Fictionally Unstable, because real life's not dramatic enough.
With your host, Jessica,
Maciel,
and Lauren.
Euphoria, yay.
Episode 6, Season 3. Season 3, Episode 6. This is going to be a very
Episodes
fast
5
episode.
and 6.
Oh,
yeah, 5.
Shit.
Yeah.
What happened in 5? So 5.
Cassie's boobs are out.
Oh yeah, the Godzilla scene.
Yeah.
Weird fucking scene.
Cassie-zilla. That's what she calls it.
I literally watched that episode and I said, I'm going to go burn my eyeballs off.
Oh my god.
Because, yeah.
So she's a sex worker, like full-on OnlyFans sex worker.
Nudes. JOIs.
Pleasures herself on camera.
Maddie's directing everything for her.
Yeah.
Sells farts in a jar.
Does the voice thingy. Like she'll be the
Like phone sex
the phone
type
sex
shit.
person.
Yeah.
That's her thing.
That's her thing.
She auditions for a role in a TV show. She does Shakespeare, which is
That
a
scene
choice.
was so cringy. I hated that scene.
Yeah, that was like her monologue. But she mentions that she goes in as her maiden name. So Cassie Howard instead of Cassie Jacob. And then she mentions that she is Lexi's sister, even though Lexi was like not trying to be involved at all.
Yeah.
And that helps her get the part.
She's also sending money to Nate.
Yes, and he's not really using it to pay off his debt, it seems.
He's just chilling.
He's just
waiting
chilling.
to get beat up again.
Getting more fingers and toes cut off. Yeah.
That's his whole storyline.
Rue is in the middle of trying to help the cops get Alamo and Lori, and Alamo realizes she's hiding something, or his team realizes she's hiding something because of when Lori's team robs them.
And they recognize Faye with her big ass lips.
Yeah.
And then Maddie is also now involved with Alamo. She offers to basically make some of his girls into like OnlyFans girls as well.
Yeah. Maddie convinces him that there's a lot of money to be made in that, and they'll split a certain amount of money for doing that.
Maddie was smarter than that before. She's kind of stupid now too.
Well, maybe she has a grander scheme.
I hope
I don't
somebody
know.
does.
We got 2 episodes left. So let's
I hope
see.
somebody does.
Like, what is
'cause
Jules doing?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Jules is
Fucking
still in
painting
this
and being
apartment.
mad.
Yep.
Painting penises and being mad.
She fucks Rue, the guy that lets her live in his apartment because he comes to fuck her or whatever, finds out. And he gets upset because he's like, I can't be bringing home STDs to my family.
He thinks it's a guy because obviously Rue just wears men's clothing.
Yes.
She's like, that's my friend Rue. And
Or just like, well, you shouldn't be putting your dick into other people, huh? And yeah. And episode 5 ends with Rue in the ground with her head out. And Alamo's riding toward her with a mallet.
So episode 6, Rue gets out of that.
Well, we start with the background on Alamo.
Oh yeah.
This is literally her head
thumbnail.
in the hole. And she's like,
Alamo's backstory. His mom was dating this guy who was burned at a chemical plant on the job, and so he's waiting for a settlement. He gets a settlement, and they buy all new shit, and
He buys her expensive jewelry.
and
Treats
then
her like a princess.
she long cons him and has her actual boyfriend steal all the stuff from him, and she's like, I'm out. So she leaves.
but he gave Alamo the burn man. He gives Alamo a gun. Like as a gift, which I'm like, that's wild to give a fucking child a gun, but okay. And then they say that's the story that Alamo
I think that was a stupid story.
no longer trusts women. Like, he's not going to let women play him.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how that led to him being a pimp. Like, his storyline didn't have anything to do with him actually becoming a pimp. So
I think
like,
her literally
He
narrating
plays the women.
that like her narrating that part of saying that he won't ever let women play him anymore. Like, what's the one thing that you can do in this world where you have the most control is be a pimp?
Yeah.
I guess so.
In his timeline. I mean, in his life. Like, he was born when? The 70s? That was like the 70s or the 80s? Not even. The 80s is, he's too old for that. It was like the 70s.
Yeah.
And then whatever year it's supposed to be. What year is it for them?
I think it's modern day.
It's 2025, 2026.
Damn.
It's
and
just
y'all still have houses that look like that?
Well, it's because it's supposed to be like an old Western, so everything's supposed to look old.
Yeah.
Even Nate's house.
Yeah.
Ugly
That's
as
like a
shit.
90s.
Yeah.
Anyways. That.
Yep. That. So, Alamo doesn't kill Rue, and then convinces Faye to take a picture of the key to Lori's safe so that they can make a duplicate, and then they can rob from her or take back
The money.
the money that they stole. In the meantime, Lori goes over to Alamo's house. She's like, they're going to shut down the border, be my drug mule, yada, yada, yada. Let's work together. And so he's like, okay, but if you fuck me over, it's
Even
over.
a pinky at my ass.
Even
whatever
a
you
pick
said.
me up my ass.
And in that entire conversation, Rue's like,
She's like,
with her phone, she's like, okay, I got what I need.
yeah.
I'm like, nobody notices that this girl keep pulling her phone out.
Yeah, like she looks suspicious as fuck. So that happens.
And then Maddie is now at the club. She has her girls that she is taking photos of. And
she's like a pimp.
Pimping,
Yeah.
also pimping out. Cassie goes to her acting scene in the TV show. And she like kind of has a small mental break where she's talking about Nate. But they're like, yeah, let's just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that lands her.
Loving it.
Yep, that lands her a more permanent role on the TV show.
But they were like, you have to get rid of your
OnlyFans.
Like, you have to leave the sex work behind. So then it cuts to her scenes of like, her hands are shaking and she's like,
Her walking up to the laptop where she was going like this, and I was like, he's just getting a shot of her vagina.
oh, yeah,
Because
pretty much.
She had
it
a
was like
see-through
see-through,
skirt
and I
on.
was like, I fucking can't stand the shots in this show.
I can't stand this director. I think someone needs to check his computer because I think
He's a fucking
he's
weirdo.
Fucking weird.
Do you guys know who Petra Collins is in relation to Euphoria?
I've heard of the name,
so.
but no.
So she was also, this adds to Sam Levinson being a piece of shit. So she was originally, she did a lot of photography like in the 2010s, I guess.
Okay.
That was like very like soft lighting and a lot of like different colored lights used that are similar to like the poster of the first season of Euphoria. So they recognized her work online, HBO and Sam Levinson, and they brought her on to be like the aesthetic like director of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then before the season aired, they let her go because they said that she was too young to work for HBO. And then they ended up using all of her shit.
Wow.
And like I read the
shit.
story where she was like, she saw the billboard because there's a picture that she like photography that she took that looks exactly like the original billboard of Euphoria with Zendaya's face. And it's like the lights casted on her and it's dark. She said she saw the billboard and she just started crying because she was like, they literally stole all of my artwork. And she like had to deviate away from that style of photography because she was like, now everyone just associates it with Euphoria. Like I am copying that aesthetic when it was my aesthetic.
That's
sad.
So you piece of shit.
That would be, yeah.
Sam Levinson.
Tracks.
Mhm.
He's probably a piece of shit in multiple ways. That being one of them.
Yep. But yeah.
But is anybody going to do anything about it? Probably not. Why? Because he probably has a lot of money, so he can just buy his
And
way out.
HBO is the one that backs him anyway. So
Yep.
And people still watch this show, hence we're watching the show. Not because of him, but we're watching his show.
Correct.
But now you guys are informed, so do with that information what you will.
They make a season 4? Fuck no.
Absolutely not. They can't.
watch
Also,
it.
Nate isn't doing nothing.
Nothing.
Every
They're
time
getting
you see
beat
him
up.
in a scene, he is
Fighting for his life.
he's
Getting
fighting
his
for his
ass
life.
whooped.
And his scene
His-
is
for his
literally
shows.
probably a minute and 30 seconds long.
And it's him screaming and getting his ass whooped.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cassie deletes her OnlyFans page after we get a shot of her vagina for like 20 seconds.
Which is going to cause an issue with Maddie. We know that because she signed a contract without reading of Maddie. So we don't actually know what's in that contract.
Yeah.
Watch, it's like Maddie's like, I'm going to cut off all your fingers and toes.
Cassie does get sent a finger.
At the end,
Nate's
yes, by
fingers. Yep.
It was his finger or his toe?
I think it was finger.
his
'cause it
finger.
hella
That was the
long.
last thing that they took.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
had
okay.
sewn his toe back on and
Ah.
they ripped it off again, and then he cut his finger off.
Yes.
And then Nate is having a tantrum at the grounds where he's supposed to break ground. He's stomping on the flowers that are like native to the land, and then he gets his ass beat again.
Yep. And
And then Rue has a
Finding
conversation
God.
with her mom, on the phone that she's going to return back to home. She wished like she could start over and all this stuff. And then she finds God
the
because a tree burns in front of her.
conclusion is that this episode is really fucking boring. So
Very boring.
I was snoozing.
yeah.
I thought it was never going to end.
But that's it.
Yeah. The last scene is so I mentioned this in the Bible. I think the story is like there's I don't remember the person's name, but is like doubting if there's a God, and he's like talking to God, and he's like basically like, show me a sign. And then a bush not like randomly erupts in flames. So that is that scene that
So that's
she's
Rue's
on.
revelation.
She almost died too by a semi.
Yeah.
At this point,
As she's
she
trying to
should have
fix her
died several
audiobook.
times.
She should have, for real. The
Yeah.
girl is...
She keeps escaping death. So maybe there is a God.
Oh, and Alamo's men have like talked to her mom as well. So now she's like, oh, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not really going to get out of this.
Yeah.
So that's the last
That.
2 episodes.
Yep.
Really fucking boring. You have 2 episodes to wrap it up.
All right, here we go. Here's preview, episode 7. Let's
Oh,
just
Lord.
fucking...
That guy, he plays, I forget his name, the guy who plays her sponsor. Anyway, he plays Michael Jackson's dad in the new movie.
Oh.
He does a really good job of being a piece of shit. Yeah.
Predictions for how you think Euphoria is going to end. Go.
Well,
Somebody dies. Somebody
She-
has to die.
somebody is going to die.
I hope it's Nate.
I just thought of that with
I hope it's Cassie.
Cassie getting rid of her OnlyFans. She doesn't have the money to send to Nate.
Oh, right.
So I feel like he's gonna send them on her. You know what I mean? He's gonna turn. This is what I hope would happen. I mean, this is a shitty thing in general, but just for the Nate Jacobs character, he's not being very Nate right now. Season 1 and 2 Nate. He's just crying like
Yeah.
a baby. So I feel like he's going to send the people onto her, like the people he owes money, because she's a part of that too.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she's like scared.
I read some people's theories online, which it doesn't seem like that's going to happen based on the last 2 episodes that are left, but they thought that people thought that Maddie was going to bring Cassie into Alamo and make her one of his girls, pretty much. And then, you know how he like ships girls off to rehab or whatever, and they never are seen again. Like they thought that maybe that was going to happen to her, but I don't think that's what it looks like is going to happen. But
Well, you never know. Maybe that'll happen in the last episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she's scared. Honestly, I don't even fucking know. This whole show's trash.
It really is trash.
It's so
Really
bad. It's so bad.
Rue's about to be like, oh my God, there's God that just walked into my house and it's going to be a freaking Jesus Christ.
I will say,
Like, that's literally what's going to happen.
if anything entertains me, it's Rue's facial expressions the entire
She's so
she's like,
funny.
she's like, I was
She's
just like,
funny.
oh, okay.
This was all a simulation. It was all in her head. So then
Maybe.
she's gonna wake up back up from.
This is the only instance where that would be a great ending.
Yeah.
I hate those endings
Where
where it's
she's-
like everything was a dream. Because at the end of season 2, it kind of left off like she had died. You remember? Because they had that whole scene where she's like, that whole musical number
Yeah.
Yeah.
where she like dies into the people, and they're like, oh my gosh, did she die? What if she died? What if this is hell?
Oh.
Or what if she just super overdosed? She was in a coma and then she wakes up from. You know
What if this is a continuation of the play?
You know what? Ooh. I think
Did
it
you
should
guys
be.
film episode 8 yet?
Because
Here's some ideas.
That might get you better ratings.
Yeah. So
Mm.
people have some discourse about Lexi too.
She's just annoying.
A wasteful character.
Literally, she's annoying. She's like, she should be fired from her job. She's over here shitting on Cassie, which, yes, kind of rightfully so. But then is like, after they like her, she's like, I just thought she was perfect for you
Right.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, and her
Eat a
friend
dick,
is
bitch.
telling her to kill her sister off her
Yeah.
show. So we'll see what she does because she's writing the next script.
Mm.
I don't know. What is
We'll see.
Jules doing? Fucking painting.
She threw her painting. Well, she bitch slapped Rue, and the painting fell on her.
It's like, get out of my painting.
It was literally a slap like this, and Rue was like,
and the whole painting falls on her. Literally.
I was like, that was a little dramatic. But yeah. Anyway, the show sucks. Anyway.
We have 2 more episodes.
Okay.
2 more episodes. And if there's a new season, we're not doing the new season.
No.
And if Rue's not in a drug-induced coma at the end of the season,
Yeah.
I'm going to be annoyed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you
Well-
in 2 weeks for the season finale.